Welcome to this episode of Filming the Wild. I am back up here in the White Mountains in Arizona, looking for none other than Mexican gray wolves. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you've seen me coming up here over and over again looking for these wolves. And they're very elusive. I sometimes will see them at a great distance, too far to film, or a quick glance through the trees before they disappear. So hopefully this time our luck changes. We heard there's anywhere from 10 to 14 wolves in this particular pack that we're looking for. So it's a good number, but I guess we'll find out if we actually get lucky enough to encounter them. So today I'm actually joined with my good friend Hector Morales, which you've seen also a couple times in previous videos. We're both very determined that we're going to capture these guys on film and on camera. So anyways, stay tuned. This episode's coming at you right now.
My name is Alan Lacey, and I'm a wildlife filmmaker, cameraman, and producer. I've worked on shows for National Geographic, PBS Nature, Disney Plus, and the BBC. Join me as I explore the amazing world of nature and show you what it's like filming the wild. Only the mountain has lived long enough to listen objectively to the howl of a wolf. Those unable to decipher the hidden meaning know nevertheless that it is there, for it is felt in all of wolf country and distinguishes that country from all other land. It tingles in the spine of all who hear wolves by night or who scan their tracks by day. This is one of the most famous quotes by naturalist, ecologist, and eventually conservationist, Aldo Leopold. It comes from his essay, Thinking Like a Mountain, in his book, A Sand County Almanac, and sketches here and there. For me, whenever I am up here, amongst the ponderosa pines, aspen, and fir, there's this deeper feeling that I get. It's hard to explain it, but I think Aldo Leopold was right. There's something you feel when you are in wolf country.
So after I arrived here in the White Mountains, I scouted around. I drove quite a ways through the pack territory that I'm looking for, and I did not find any sign, any tracks or scat or anything like that. It's been raining a lot here, so I'm using the roads. You can look for good mud puddles. You can look along the edges of the roads. Wolves love to travel in straight lines, and they love to work off of roads and work because it's much easier to, trot down a road than it is to just across country. And wolves are not dumb, so they like to use roads. And so it's a good trick. If you're looking to try to film them, especially if you're in wolf country, look around the edges of the roads. Look for puddles, look for tracks. But didn't find any, and so I continued on my journey looking for a place to set up camp. And Hector came up from Phoenix as well. We drove separate cars this time, and I met him, and he got lucky enough to find a badger, and not just a badger. He found a whole family of badgers. And unfortunately, I didn't get any footage because I should shot myself in the foot here on this one, but I didn't have my big camera with the lens set up properly. I had a 7200 on it for other things. Should have swapped it out, but anyways, by the time I would have gotten that all addressed, they were already gone. So anyways, we came back, set up camp, and this time at camp, using the White Duck Outdoors Scout Rover, which is a great tent if you guys are interested. I recommend White Duck Outdoors. They have really good, high quality product.
One of the things I don't talk about very much is the process of setting up camp. I used to camp out in a small 2-person backpacking tent, which I still love to do, but with all my camera equipment, it's hard to keep it all protected from the elements. So I recently upgraded to this larger tent, which honestly has opened up a whole new world of possibilities for filming. I can now fit my equipment comfortably inside this larger footprint. Not to mention, I can now bring a few comfort items, such as this air mattress. Truly a luxury out in the wilderness. One of the downsides, however, is that it can get pretty cold sleeping on top of the air mattress when temperatures dip into the 40s or below. Which is why I was pretty excited to try out a new item on this trip.
I just wanted to jump in here real quick because I have something that I'm extremely excited to share. And I think you guys will be excited too. If you've ever been interested in making a wildlife film, documentary, you kind of want to pay attention to this, because over the years I have spent a lot of time and effort into learning how to make documentaries. And I started out in a way that I just started going. I didn't know what I was doing. I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of trial and error. And I wish there would have been a course or courses that I could have taken that would have helped me get to where I am at now much faster. And so I thought to myself, you know, if I can help other people get to the same stage as I am in a much quicker way without having to go through all the mistakes that I went through and having to figure it out on your own, you know, that to me is the way I can pay it forward. So I'm putting together this course. If you're interested in learning more about the whole process, I have putting 3 courses together. One is the Introduction to Wildlife Filmmaking. That'll go over kind of all of the basics, camera settings, terminology, concepts, and how to actually look at putting together a film. Going into course 2, it's about the actual production itself. So, you know, from development and your first initial concept of what you want to actually create, through your shot list, all the way to post-production and having a completed product. That's going to be a really deep, immersive course. And then the final one is distribution and monetization. And a lot of filmmakers, they make a film and it's great, but how do you get it out to the world? How do you get people to see it? How do you actually make money from it? That'll be course 3. So I'm looking forward to putting all of this together for you guys, and I'm in the process again of creating that all right now. And if you're interested in signing up and pre-registering for this course, I'm offering 25 slots between now and September 1st. So those spots are already starting to go, so if you are interested, go ahead and take a look quick before they're all gone. But I'm going to be selling this for the price of all 3. I'm selling for basically the price of one. So $299, you're going to get all 3 courses in one bundle. And this pricing is going to be valid until September 1st or until all 25 slots are taken. So if this interests you, there is a link in the description below. Go ahead and sign up. This is pre-registration because I'm currently in the process of kind of wrapping up these courses. Course 1 is going to drop September 1st or roughly right about then. My targeting is September 1st. And again, the pricing is only valid between now and then. And there's only 25 spots. So again, there's already been a few people that have claimed their spot. So if this interests you, you got to get it before they go. I'm excited to join you in your journey as becoming a wildlife filmmaker. This is going to be more in-depth. This is going to have more access one-on-one with me, along with online course components. So I think it's a high-value product. I'm looking forward to sharing more about my process, how I've gotten to where I'm at, how you can get to where I'm at without the mistakes. So I'm just looking forward to joining you guys in your journey, becoming a wildlife filmmakers. And if that interests you, again, the link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in the class. All right, let's jump back to the video. I wanted to test out the new Winterwell stove I have, and I want to say a huge thanks to Winterwell for sending me the stove to test out and try.
It's quite an easy system to install, actually. I was anticipating a bit more to do, but it was very simple to put up. The Rover Scout tent from White Duck Outdoors comes with a stove jack option that you can then cut out the proper spacing in order to install your chimney pipes. Winterwell, the stove company, also sent a silicone flashing kit, which helps weather seal the tent and protect it from direct contact with the hot stove pipes. Once I installed all the pipes for the chimney, it was time to put the stove to the test and start the fire. I found some dry kindling from the forest, which I wasn't sure would work given how damp the forest can be during monsoon season. But it worked just fine.
Let me tell you, that heats up the tent really, really well. And we slept really good that night, although it did get kind of cold. I didn't keep the fire going. I put it on just enough because it was super hot, so we didn't want to put any more wood into there. And then by the morning, however, it was cold. We were both kind of chilled. It was wet, damp, in the high 40s.
We both went to sleep, dozing off to the sounds of the fire burning peacefully and keeping us warm. And just when we were about to fall asleep, we heard them.